Hello, and welcome to the Three Stitches Podcast. I'm your host today, and it is Monday. I'm your host today. Knit a little here, knit a little everywhere. Revelry, Google+, Plurk. If you don't have enough friends on Plurk, give me a shout. I never ever say no. I don't ever want to refuse somebody on Plurk. I mean, can you imagine? No, I don't want to be your friend at this time. No, can't do that. Can't do that. This is episode 95, and it's going to be called Monday episode. Are you surprised? Because I am. I am really sorry about last week and the last couple of weeks. My life has just been so crazy. So, for any of you who have just found us, I hope you want to come back. And for any of you who are coming back, welcome back to my kitchen. There's always room. There is nothing yummy baking in my kitchen today. We're having stir fry for dinner tonight, so there's no soup going on. I have not had a Monday without the soup going on in like a month. So it's feeling a little odd for me right now. But that's okay. Okay. Please, if you watch podcast, leave a comment. Or if you watch on iTunes, leave a star rating. I think that's right. Because I don't do iTunes. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm starting to feel like an old fart. I do not do iTunes. iTunes doesn't like me, and we have a very love-hate relationship. We need them for you to watch the podcast, but I really don't have to do this. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh my goodness, what has been happening? As you know, I have had a very sick child. He has gotten better, which is amazing. Always happy when that happens. But he went back to school midweek, so that was good. But then the rest of my week was spent trying to catch up on the things that I couldn't do while Justin was home. The barking seal has left the house. If any of you have asthmatics, you know that the bark, the cough that is associated with an asthma attack can be pretty horrific. Well, his was. I thought I had a baby seal in the house. I really did. And I was kind of joking with him, going, "Hey, little seal boy, come on." He's like, "Mommy, I hate it too." And I thought, some things you should not just joke about. I think you should just know that they're there, deal with them, and leave them on their way. What else have I been dealing with? Oh, goodness gracious. If any of out there have children in high school band, it's hard on the kids, but I gotta tell you, it's tougher on the parents. It really is. Our son is running all the time. Absolutely running all the time. This last weekend, he didn't get home till midnight on Friday, which I was biting my nails. Catherine Lindsay will vouch for me. I'm a basket case if the kids are not home, tucked in their bed, at least by 10:30. I'm just like, when are they home? When are they home? When are they home? I become totally unmanageable, and it's okay because I'm not changing. This is the way I have been since I've had children. This is the way I'm going to be even when I have grandkids. I want all my kids home, safe, tucked in their bed. Catherine and Lindsay are in their dorms, but they're responsible young ladies. I am cutting the apron strings a bit. But both my husband and I were pretty apprehensive when Ian didn't text us by 11:30. We were like, we were really concerned. 11:45, I'm ready to drive to the school and just wait because there's no sleeping. I am agitated. I am tired. I didn't even want to knit at that point. And if I don't want to knit, I'm agitated. I am totally beyond reason. So we get a text about 12:10, 12. So I know the first two digits on the clock were 12. I couldn't see much beyond that. John goes and picks Ian up. And the bright news that the son brings home is that, the band is going to do breakfast in the morning, and I got to be up and out of the house by 7:45. Uh-huh. 7:45. 7:45. Before he said that, I was thinking, I'm going to sleep in a bit. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to blow people's mind. I'm going to sleep till 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I set my alarm. I was up by 7, getting everything ready for him to take to breakfast. He talked one of the band members into picking him up, which was nice. It was really nice. It means I didn't have to go out in a very cold morning, get lost trying to find a young lady's house, because I saw what he wrote down on his piece of paper for where he was going. Boy's going to be a doctor. His penmanship was totally illegible. It could have said, I'm going to Mars for the weekend, and for all I could read. Bad thing is, he couldn't even read it. Young lady was nice enough. She got here very late, so I had a bad start to my Saturday. I could have slept in. For what time she got here, I could have slept in. It's hard not to be cranky. It is. It's really hard not to be cranky, but I did my best. John's a little bit of the cranky side too, because he's sleep deprived. So we're trying very hard to get through Saturday. We have grocery shopping, and I know, I wish I could find a better day to grocery shop, but Saturday's the only day that I can go with my husband. And I really want him to be involved in what we get, the prices, because I don't want to keep all the prices in my head. He keeps all the prices for the meat in his. I get all the dry goods. Between the pair of us, we're a good team, and we're really good bargain shoppers. I wish there was a better day than Saturday, because Saturday's insane. I think people leave their brains at home and then go grocery shopping because they're insane. And they're probably saying the same thing about me. Oh, that woman, yeah, she doesn't even know how to park. They're probably saying that right now. But trying to grocery shop when you're sleep deprived is really not the greatest thing. Because I spent 4 minutes picking out tomatoes. This one is too squishy. This one's too hard. It's like, ah! If I was properly rested, I would have just picked the right one off. I went. Turns out I didn't buy one tomato because I couldn't make up my mind. I was too tired. I was just too tired. I spent all of my alertness driving, As soon as you get in the grocery store, it's like, coffee, somebody give me a coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I was demanding coffee on Saturday. So John and I got through it. Ian went to a competition that Saturday. Oh, Mom, I'll be home by 10 o'clock. He was not home until 11:30, 11:45 on Saturday night. And I have to tell you, I don't know when I took the nap on Saturday. I really don't. I know I did, because I remember waking up and the dog looking at me like, can I go out now? I've been patient. Can I go outside now, Mom? So I remember that, but it was terrible. I was just, Even now, I'm looking back at it and I'm laughing. And my mom always warned me, she goes, you are going to look back at everything and you are going to be extremely happy that you did it. It's going to be hard raising the kids, but it's a journey that you're going to have fun. She was right. My mom was right. She's not always right, but I'm glad she was right on this one. So that's kind of been my week. Not a lot of knitting, but a lot of insanity. Just a lot of insanity, as it is when you have kids. This week ahead, I'm giving you fair warning. I'm probably not going to be a lot on Plurk or Ravelry. My husband has a week where he's being laid off. They're called TLOs. And for the company to balance their fiscal budget, the employees all have to take mandatory weeks off without pay. Look, I can be grousing about it, or I can embrace it. I've chosen to embrace it. I have a list of honeydews that my husband and I are going to get done this week. There are more honeydews than there is time. But that's okay because he has another week coming in December, and I'm just going to roll it over into there. I have a lot of changes I want to make in the house. There's a lot of things that I need to get done in the house. Living in the desert, you wouldn't think that there is storm damage. Well, I have storm damage that needs to be repaired. And it's going to be, get it done, wait, a lot of hurry up and wait. With the week off, John's going to be able to do this. And between the pair of us, I think we can get it done. And I want to get this done. I need to get my honey-do list done. It's starting to bother me. So I'm glad for the week. So yeah, I won't be clerking as much as I normally do. Ravelry, I'll get back to messages, I promise, but it's just going to be kind of a delay. When John's not around, I can walk into the kitchen, check Ravelry or Plurk, and then go on my way and do something else. But with him home, it's just full out. If we just found some damage in a window in our front room that we're going to have to start pulling plaster back. Well, once you start doing that, you're committed to it. You got to just keep going. That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. It is almost 12 minutes, and I haven't even gotten to one thing of knitting. I'm going to start with the knitting. I have a finished object. Have you noticed? Remember that yarn I showed you last week? The Yuletide socks that rock? Sock. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I cast it on Moonberry, and I zipped along. I love it. It's got a good feel to it. It's got a good weight to this. It was knit on size 5 needles, and this was not as color fast as I would have liked, because I'm going to show you the needles. I have another project on it. These are my Hayas, and if you can see, they have a little bit of a red hue to them now. I don't think you can really see. Well, they were a lovely blonde. Now, normally I'd be really upset, but the red hue on these needles, I really like. I'm kind of hoping that none of the next projects are going to take the hue off. I like it. I like it. I like it. But this knit up in 2, maybe 3 days. The pattern's not very well written out, but if you are an experienced knitter, you're going to take a look at the pattern and you're going to know exactly how you want to do it. You want to lay it out yourself. If you have done the Trillion or the Hitchhiker or the Megathea by Martina Bem, you are going to be able to do this in her pattern. You're going to be able to do this. I recommend it. I recommend it highly. I still have to get a picture of it up and in my Ravelry page. I just have been wearing it so much that I have not had the time. Okay, there we go. Super long tail, and I'm still fussing with it, but I am loving it. I have gotten so many compliments on it. People are like, oh, where'd you buy that? No, dear hearts, I did not buy this. I made this my own self. I use just about everything up. I might have like a yard left. I was just thinking, I bound off on a purl row, which I never do with, if you see the end, I always bind off on a knit row when you're doing like a little bit of a lace. No, this is a purl row. Super stretchy. And it's not the bind off, it's the yarn. I'm really happy. This is Socks That Rock in the Yuletide colorway. I recommend it. I am kicking myself I did not buy a second skein of something, because I could see me wearing something like this every day. It is just a little bit of luxury. It was more than I wanted to spend. I think it was like $23. And I was kind of hemming and hawing. I should just shut up and go with my instinct because, oh my goodness, worth every penny. Worth every single solitary penny. And now I cannot get this to go the way I want it to. Yeah, that's okay. I confess with it. I got to go teach today. I got 2 teaching gigs today. That's okay. And I'm wearing it to everything. You see me today? I'm in my shop. I have not named it yet. That's okay. Now, I told you the yarn, I told you the needles. I'm getting better because I have noticed that I'm bad about telling you the needle size and the yarn. Okay, that's all I have finished. I have had startitis. I'm so bad. Hang my head in shame. Startitis. It has snuck in. It's reared its ugly head. I have started so much stuff. But my theory is if I start it, then I have to finish it. Okay, Lindsay, none of your cheeky business. Because she's going, oh, yeah, Mom, sure. Shh. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. I have been lonesome after the Even Star. I need something complicated on my needles. And this one pattern just kind of started calling to me. Anybody recognize this? It's the Persian Star shawl. It's a pie shawl. It's on size 2 needles, which I don't know the metric offhand. Sorry, just don't. There's a lot of work here. It requires 2,000 to 3,000 yards of wool. Now, when I started this, I really did not see that part. My fault. I mean, I just fell in love with the shawl. I'm an idiot at times. Now, as soon as I pull this out, Catherine and Lindsay are going to recognize this wool immediately. I did not buy this wool. This wool came to me in the mail. My mother-in-law bought this wool, and she bought the pattern. Not the Persian Star, but a different pattern. And she looked at the cast on for the shawl and decided there was no way that she wanted to do the shawl. I have since knit up the shawl in a different yarn. And it's a lovely shawl. I don't know what stopped her. Not every pattern is for everybody. But I got over $60 worth of wool in the mail. I'm not about to say no. But I was also intimidated. You're gifted very expensive yarn. I mean, this is a silk blend. This is gorgeous. And you want just the right project for it. And I have really not been able to find anything for this project at all. This yarn has intimidated the living heck out of me. But I did know that I was going to find the proper pattern for this yarn. And then when the Persian Star came up, it was like, I know what yarn. I don't have to go anywhere. I know what yarn it is. I know. I felt very empowered by that because I was finally going to get this wool out. It's Japanese. I have no ball bands on this. It is a Japanese silk blend yarn, but it is so ultra fine. So you have to do it on size 2 needles. I have since moved up to 2.5s. They are needles that I got a while ago. I don't remember where I got them. My plan is kind of like comfort knitting. And I know this is really strange because it's a very complicated pattern, but I am so far really enjoying it. Okay? I've not put any lifelines in. Touch wood. I won't need it, please. How much wood do I have around this house? I haven't put any lifelines in. I am not ultra concerned because I think I can take back. It is not a droppy yarn. I haven't dropped any stitches, so I'm okay. It's not a splitty yarn. The silk is really holding the blend together, which I am super happy with. So that is my plan. It's the Persian Star. January 1st, I am going to re-knit the it's by Susan Pandorf, the Even Star. I'm going to re-knit that, this time with beads, because I missed on the experience of the beads, and I really, really liked that pattern. So January 1st, sometime after the first of the year, I'm going to re-knit that. I should have the Persian Star done, and if not, I can have two going at the same time. I'm sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. I think Justin gave me his cold. I'm sorry. If anybody has headphones on, I should have said, warned you to take them off, but I didn't. I apologize. So I have that going. Yeah, like I said, startitis. I am still working on my hat, and this is just yarn that I found in my stash. I cast it on 88 stitches, and it's on my size 8, 5.0 millimeter, 16-inch little ones. This is what I've been tucking in my purse, and just, if I have 5 minutes, I knit on it. It's just going to be plain Jane hat. That's all. It's just, I'm going to be sending it to Sadie. It's just to keep somebody warm. I don't think you need super fancy to keep somebody warm. I can knit plain Jane faster than I can do fancy dancy. And I want to get hats to Sadie, so there you go. Startitis, yeah. Is that it? No. Oh, I did a Lindsay. Well, I'm going to try really, really fast. I've only got 50 stitches, so it's going to take me 2 minutes. I found this yarn, and it is Moose Manor hand-painted yarns, and this is a sock weight. I found it at Rhinebeck, and I couldn't get this yarn out of my mind. Now, I found a pattern on Ravelry, and I thought, it's perfect. So I bought Cinnamon Toast, and I got a great deal on it because it was a 40% off code. So how could I walk away from this pattern? I started knitting up Cinnamon Toast, and I did not like the texture pattern in this yarn. And it wasn't the pattern. I will be knitting it up, the pattern in something else, because I really still really like it. But I did not like it with the yarn. And it's personal taste. When I showed it to my neighbor, she says, oh, yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. She's a broken accent. I didn't like it. So I found myself not wanting to knit on it. So I started dissecting what I liked about the pattern. And I love the shape. It's a crescent-shaped shawl with a ruffle. And I like that type of shawl on my body shape. It goes over. It's not too small. It's not too big. It settles on my shoulders just right. I do like that type of shawl. And so I thought, why do I have to put texture into this shawl? I don't. This is my shawl. The rules are you knit what you like what you knit, and don't pitch a fit. I started knitting up the crescent shawl in the hand-painted, I don't know if there's a colorway in here, the Moose Manor. I'm going to show you the label because I do love the label. I started knitting it up, and I instantly fell in love with this yarn. I have been knitting on it in different places because the designer of the yarn has said that it changes colors, and it does. Amazing. Oh, I forgot to increase there. Hang on. If I'm at home and underneath the fluorescent, the pigtail lights, it's a very green color. And right now it looks very brown. It looks very brown. But I was knitting in at Rachel's Ballet, and the sun was coming through the window, and it was on it. It was purple. I am so in love with this yarn. But this is the shape of Cinnamon Toast. This is not, there's no texture. I am knitting it plain Jane, and I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. I can't stretch it out very much. No, I can't. But there you go. I'm loving it. I wound it up. I am extremely happy with it. I'm going to cover up the price tag so you don't think I'm too insane. But here's the... Now, isn't he cute? Who cannot love this moose? And I'm not a moose person, but I am thinking once I'm done with this yarn of taking the moose off, because a friend of mine loves mooses, whatever you call it, plural. She has them all over her house. So, and she lives in Washington. So, she's getting the moose. Is that it? No. I don't know if y'all watch Call Shirley, Girlfriends Knitting. And if you don't, you should. She's a hoot and a half. She put out the call, anyone who wanted to donate to an auction for a child crisis center. I have 5 kids. When you say child crisis center, my heartstrings go ping, 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 and I have to do it. I dug through all my old magazines. And I tried when I was, when this first came out to knit this, and I wasn't as accomplished as a knitter as I am now. And the Even Star gave me the skills to be able to do this. This is called a Trellis Scarf by Evelyn A. Clark. I love this scarf. 59 stitches, and the lace is going. I am loving this. I am knitting it on size 5. I don't have near enough 5 needles because everything's on 5s. I'm knitting it on size 5 needles. And I am knitting it in Knit Picks Vineyard Heather, the shadow lace. I didn't do a Lindsay. This is just 2 days worth of work. I am absolutely adoring it. Can you see? I don't know. I'm going to put up. Once it's blocked, it's just going to pop. It's just going to come out. Let me get maybe I can get one motif. Can you see that? Yeah. There's another one of these in my future, and I can't tell you why I'm going to knit it. You'll know after. I mean, I tell you everything. It might not be in a timely fashion that you may like or want, but I tell you everything. I am addicted to the lace. And I can only do like 1 repeat a night because it is a very, not complicated, but intense pattern. So my goal is to do at least 1 or 2 repeats a day and have the scarf all blocked and in the mail to Call Shirley by Thanksgiving. I can do this. I know I can. I just have to push myself. You need a cause to do, and there you go. That's it. I'm still working on the owl socks. I'm not going to show you because they got no love. I have a plain Jane sock on the needles. It got no love. I'm not showing you. I have the Manahara. It's had no love. I have a lot started. So, and I have John home for a week. Okay, who thought this was a good idea? Me. I will get it done. I had startitis, but there's nothing else in my future, so I'll just keep on going with what I have. I have this terrible frog in my throat. It's terrible. I am not getting the cold. That's all to it. I'm not getting the cold. No. Okay, I have something to show you. A while ago, I knit a turkey cozy for my teapot. Now, I love Thanksgiving. Everyone has their favorite holiday, and kids love Christmas. I like Christmas. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Thanksgiving. I have started bugging my husband and my son to get my turkey up in my yard. If they pull the box down, I can get it up. I just do not want to pull that. I do not want to go in the husband's garage and pull the turkey down because I know whose head it will land on. It will be my head. I'll have a concussion. I know. I am not that graceful. So I have started my annual get it down, get it down, get it down. I found in my box of Thanksgiving stuff my teapot cozy. So he's making me happy today. His little feathers have gotten drunk. I think he's been in the Christmas cheer, and it's not even Thanksgiving, for heaven's sake. So he's going up in the house. It's going to make me happy. This was originally a hat for a toddler. It was a free pattern. And I instantly thought, tea cozy. So he's going up. And he keeps on showing his belly button. Doesn't he know? Keep it down, dude. Keep it down. Okay. I have rattled on long enough, I know. That's about it. I take the preemie blankets in this week. That's why I have the husband home. Yeah, we're going to go drop off all the blankets. And I owe you a couple pictures, so I'll have them on the blog soon. I really want you to see how many blankets that came in. It really is super, super, super cool. The director is probably going to be driving down the road directing us to the hospital because he's that anxious. I sent in the blankets that Catherine and I had done for an emergency case. But he's waiting for your blankets. He's waiting for your blankets. I'm sorry. It's cold season, and I think I got one. That's stupid. So, I will see, well, no. You will see me next Monday. You will see Catherine Wednesday, and you will see Lindsay Friday. Hopefully everyone podcasts on time. Lindsay always does. Catherine and I are the slackers. Hey, we're heading straight. No. But the sooner I get this uploaded to Blip, the sooner you get to see it. So until then, have a great day, and I hope you get some knitting done. Adios.